What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another Manchester City transfer update. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Going to keep you guys up to date every single step of the way with all the latest Manchester City transfer news here on YouTube, so if you haven't already, do subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore. Sofascore are going to keep you guys up to date every single step of the way with all the latest scores ahead of the new football season. They're also going to keep you up to date with the latest match information, along with the latest analysis and statistics for you guys to enjoy. Very highly rated app, so do go and check it out. It is a free app to download. Links and details there in the description. And anyone that does download Sofascore using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. And one final note with Sofascore, remember you can keep up to date with all the latest scores from all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. Links and details there in the description. So, we're going to crack on with the video. We're going to start off with the outs. We've got no contract news, so we're going to speak about Yan Couto. And the Daily Mail have said that Yan Couto is expected to join Borussia Dortmund this summer from Manchester City in a permanent transfer. They say that Manchester City are braced for a bid to come in from Dortmund very soon worth £25 million, which Manchester City could well accept. A lot of this does come down to, is there a sell-on fee included? If so, how much of a sell-on fee? And also, is there a buyback clause on there as well? But if they are serious about going in with £25 million, which won't all be £25 million in one lump sum, by the way, more than likely it'll be maybe £20 million and £5 million in achievable add-ons, which will be split over numerous payments over numerous years, which is how transfers work. But yeah, I'm expecting this transfer to be sorted sooner rather than later. It's looking like the final details just need ironing out. And once that is sorted, Yan Couto will head over to Dortmund to do his medical and join Borussia Dortmund on a permanent transfer. Now, moving on, we've got the very latest on Kevin de Bruyne, and Gaughan has confirmed that when Kevin de Bruyne does return back to Manchester City at the early parts of next month, he will be sitting down with the club to talk about his future. I presume that City will try and get him on a new contract. If that isn't the case, Man City do want to keep hold of Kevin de Bruyne for the upcoming season, as confirmed by Pep Guardiola, so it's looking like De Bruyne will remain a Manchester City player. The question is, how long will he remain a Manchester City player for? Now, moving on to the final transfer of the outs takes us on to a very big update on Ederson. Now, Rudy Galetti was saying yesterday that Al Ittihad have now pulled out of the race to sign Ederson from Manchester City because they consider his price tag too expensive for them. So that would be two clubs that Manchester City have managed to fend off with interest from Ederson, with both Al Nassr and Al Ittihad. We do, however, or are awaiting here any other clubs from Saudi Arabia that may want to make a move, or any other clubs from around the globe as well. And I wouldn't completely rule out Al Nassr or Al Ittihad once more making another move for Ederson. Now, Pep Guardiola, after Manchester City's 4-3 defeat in pre-season against Celtic yesterday in the United States of America, confirmed that he doesn't know if Ederson is going to be staying at the club this summer, but he does say that Ederson very soon does have a very big decision to make. And I'm wondering if that is Pep Guardiola possibly hinting that he will be leaving the club, and I'm wondering if maybe there has been a development in the last 24 hours that just hasn't quite hit mainstream media yet for it to be reported on, or maybe agent talks are coming into it here, and Man City are trying to use official information coming in from Pep Guardiola and from the club here to try and generate some more interest in Ederson, to try and drive that price up, to see if Al Ittihad or Al Nassr or any of the Saudi Arabian clubs maybe will be willing to pay a little bit more when it comes to Ederson. At the moment, it seems like the clubs are willing to pay around £25 million. Maybe they could stump up as high high as £30 million, but it's still a good £20 million short of Manchester City's value, which is a lot to get sorted. So one source is saying that Man City managed to fend the interest off, and it's looking like Ederson may stay. Pep Guardiola has or cast some doubt on this, and then over the last day or so, some rumours have come around as well. I'm not sure how reliable they are, but they were saying that Ederson is apparently unhappy about Stefan Ortega at the beginning of this transfer window signing a new contract, and because of that, that's why he wants to leave Manchester City. And the source went on to further say that apparently Ederson or his entourage have been sitting down and speaking and communicating with Fabrizio Romano, one of the most reliable transfer sources out there, to give information from their camp to him for him to report that on for his audience. And so it doesn't seem true. It might be true, but it doesn't seem true. Ederson doesn't seem like the kind of player that would do that kind of thing. But once more, you're seeing another modern day transfer tactic being used to try and force through and push a move away from Manchester City. So I'm just wondering if the tactics being used here to maybe try and force and get Manchester City, with the comments that have come out from Pep and these rumours coming out at around the same time. It could be a coincidence. It might not be a coincidence. Is it 2 + 2 = 4? Is it 2 + 2 = 5? But it seems like an attempt is being used here to try and force Manchester City to drive down their asking price for Ederson. But I always say two things. Number one, the player's only worth what a club is willing to pay, which in this case would be £25 million. But on the other side of things, Man City don't want to become a bit of a laughing stock in the transfer market. A world-class goalkeeper like Ederson cannot be sold for under the value that Man City value him at, which would be at £50 million. And so, there's other goalkeepers out there who are being sold for a lot more, who, in my opinion, aren't anywhere near as good as Ederson. Still got 2 years left on his contract, 30 years old, still got a good 10 years left in his career, maybe even more. Goalkeepers can play into their 40s. It isn't uncommon for that to happen. A goalkeeper who's brilliant with his distribution. So we're getting towards a loggerhead here. Something has to give. Will it be City that gives? Will it be Al Ittihad that gives? Will Ederson give and say, actually, I'm going to stay at Manchester City? I'm not sure, but for the first time, I'd say this summer, I feel a little bit uneasy about these rumours and things being communicated about Ederson's, and I've been very confident in saying that I think Ederson's going to stay. And right now, I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this one. We'd love to know your thoughts, though, in the comments below. Anyway, speaking about Ederson and Man City needing to maybe find a replacement takes us nicely onto the ins, because a couple of Championship goalkeepers have been getting linked with a move to Manchester City, including James Trafford. Very interesting. So HITC have said that Manchester City are having a look at James Trafford, who we sold to Burnley last summer for a deal worth £20 million. Now, Manchester City did include a buyback clause, which I do believe is worth more than £20 million. Newcastle were after James Trafford earlier in the window, and we already know the value. Burnley have said they want the money back, so they want £20 million. And so, I'm going back to that, Ederson £25 million and James Trafford £20 million. There's £5 million difference. There's not £5 million difference between James Trafford and Ederson. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Anyway, so Man City are interested in potentially bringing Traff back to Manchester City. Now, first thing I want to say is ignore the statistics. And normally the statistics are very good, but in this instance I'd say ignore the statistics. James Trafford's a very good goalkeeper with his distribution. We've got a good shot stopper in Stefan Ortega, can still improve on his distribution. James Trafford is fantastic with his distribution. Grown up with the Man City academy, he's worked with all the coaches, he knows Man City through and through as well. So to me, if you can get James Trafford on a good deal, not too sure I'd pay £20 million, but we could sweeten it, offer him a couple of young players on loan, put in some options to buy, like we did with Taylor Harwood-Bellis when he went to Southampton last season on loan, and put the obligation to buy if you promoted. Put in a couple of sweeteners in there as well. Maybe you could drive that price down a little bit more. And City have got a good working relationship with Burnley. So someone like Traff coming back to Manchester City and acting as our number two, I think there would be worse options out there, and it'd be nice to see one of the academy players come back to Manchester City and really start to prosper, because he is a real good goalkeeper. That Burnley move hasn't really worked out for him. Burnley's defence isn't anywhere near as solid as what Manchester City's is, and I think Trafford would probably prosper more in a club that plays his style like Man City do rather than Burnley. And considering they're going up against opponents in the Premier League that they've not gone up against, going against world-class attackers as well, who Trafford's not got much experience of and Burnley's not got much experience of, it was one of them deals that he was always going to take the risk. It could have been a tremendous success. Not every transfer is a tremendous success. I like Trafford. I think he's a good goalkeeper. And to me, if we were looking for a number 2, I think Trafford would definitely be a goalkeeper that I think City should keep an eye on and have a look at. Another goalkeeper whose name keeps coming out is Anthony Patterson over at Sunderland. Apparently Liverpool also interested according to HITC along with Manchester City. So a couple of goalkeepers knocking about there that City are interested in. With the right age, a good age, young goalkeepers who could prosper and could develop over the coming 2, 3, 4 seasons, which I think would be the kind of goalkeeper I'd be looking for in particular if we are looking for a new number 2. So there we go, that has been today's transfer update. If you did enjoy this video, do leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on daily Manchester City transfer updates coming throughout the whole summer transfer window for you guys to enjoy here on YouTube. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Sofascore. I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.